Okay, so 1b, you're asked to multiply these two binomials and then simplify. And then you're going to show your work. Now notice that these two binomials, these are complex numbers. So remember, these are complex numbers. So a complex number has this form, a plus bi. So notice that the I, remember the imaginary unit. So remember I remember stands for the square root of -1. So the square root of -1 is not a real number, so we use an imaginary unit. So that's where all this comes in. But notice, though, that this is very similar to what you did before when you multiply two binomials with regards to polynomials. You use the FOIL method. So remember, first, outer, inner, last. So first means you're going to multiply the first terms of each binomial. 3 times 2 is 6. The outer means you're going to multiply the terms on the outside. 3 times a -7i is a -21i. I means you're going to multiply the inside terms. A positive 5i times 2 is a positive 10i. And the last means you're going to multiply the last terms of each binomial. So 5i times a -7i is a -35i squared. All right, so first, outer, and that's your inner right here, and then last. So first, this is outer, this is inner, and this stands for last. So remember, use the FOIL when you're multiplying two binomials. When you multiply two binomials. Okay, now the next step is to combine like terms. So we need to combine like terms. All right, so -21i and 10i are like terms. It's just like when you had polynomials, -21x plus 10x, you can combine them. So we can combine these, and then we also know that I squared is equal to a -1. So what I have is this. I have 6 minus a -21i plus 10i is a -11i. And then this becomes -35. Remember, I squared is a -1. Now let's go ahead and simplify this part. -35 times a -1 is a positive 35. So I have 6 minus 11i plus 35. And then remember, we're combining like terms again. So we combine like terms here, we combine like terms here. And so 6 and 35 is 41. So I get 41 minus 11i. And this is in standard form. So standard form means a plus bi. So don't write it as -11i plus 41. If they say write it as standard form, you got to put it in a plus bi. And just don't say 41 plus a -11i. Just leave it as 41 minus 11i. So that's standard form. All right, so this is your answer right here. All right, so that takes care of the key to 1b.